I know you mentioned this a few weeks back, but more and more after watching that match, they remind me more and more of Team Angle. Completely. I mean, they're doing moves like suplexes, they're doing amateur wrestling in the ring, and then you see them putting on ankle locks. It's just great to watch.
Team Angle meets the Steiner Brothers.
Yeah, I like that. I like that analogy right there. It's great.
Yep. And it was a great match. That tag team titles switched hands, but the women's title did not. Asuka retains her title against Nia Jax, and but Nia Jax completely destroyed her for most of that match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Asuka somehow just pulled through and got the victory on that. Hopefully Bayley comes back and we can see a rematch between Bayley and Asuka. What do you think of Nia Jax? I think for a girl of her, I guess, stature and her size, she can really move. She's really good.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I didn't see much of that match because I was got sidetracked, but I have to go back to that. But from what I could see, it was a good match back and forth. So
to start off the night, a match that I thought was very underrated, the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, lost to Andrade Cien Almas, who is known as La Sombra in Mexico. But both guys put on one heck of a match to start off and to get the crowd going. I thought it was a great way to get the crowd going. Almas making his debut. Man, they really got to push Ty Dillinger because he's so over with the fans. I mean, in NXT, I don't know how it would translate in the WWE. I think it could work, but,
But that's the problem, I think, with NXT a little bit because not all the fans, which you would think more have, because they release these numbers saying, like, oh, well, X, Y, and Z amount of people have the WWE Network, but are they actually watching what the WWE Network has to offer? Because if you remember correctly, a few debuts that made the main roster, it was kind of like crickets. Like, who is this guy?
Ascension, Bo Dallas,
Adam Rose.
He
was huge. He was over huge in the NXT. Emma. Tyler Breeze, he was over big in NXT when he came out, and then he made the main roster, and he kind of got buried and shifted over to the side.
But once they come up, why just get rid of them if their act doesn't work? Why not just put them back down there?
Yeah,
you would think that. Let them stay down there. Look at what Zack Ryder did.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to come back and become Intercontinental Champion. And look at Emma.
Yeah,
she went down, and she revamped, and she's back. I mean, she's hurt, but she's back.
Yeah, I mean, her gimmick is better than it was coming out to, like, dancing like a weirdo. Everybody's kind of like, what the hell is this? But for one is Adam Rose. Like I said, he was huge in NXT. Bo Dallas, who won the NXT championship, and then he came up and he kind of was just like, people were like scratching their heads like, who is this guy?
Well, as long as Ty Dillinger's in NXT, I think he should totally get a push.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Very underrated. I think even Triple H said it in his interview that he's a very underrated star. I think he needs to get a bigger look than he is getting right now. But he had a great match with Almas, and the entire card was great. NXT once again putting on a great card. But the biggest takeaway from this show is that Triple H saying that it is now its own brand. What that means for the future of NXT, you'll just have to stay, watch, find out, order the WWE Network if you haven't already, and just you're going to have to tune in because it's going to be one heck of a show. Mm-hmm. We have one heck of a show coming up next. Yes. The Dreamboats Tag Team, Marvelous Rex Bacchus, Astonishing Ace Andrews. We'll have them on the phone, on the line, talking to us. A nice little interview with the Dreamboats. You'll get that when we come back here on Ringside Rumble Radio. We are free on iTunes and, of course, on Spreaker.com. Anthony the Ant-Man alongside Keith Logan, the Loganator, and we will be back right after this commercial break.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood. A world where I'm not afraid to go to school.
To speak out.
To be myself.
Loser. A world where I'm not afraid to be caught alone.
Come on, punk.
We have the power to stop the bullying. Speak out.
Speak up.
Educate.
Find out what to look for and how you can make a difference at bullying.org.
Bullying is not kids being kids.
It's not about good homes or bad homes.
It's not a normal part of growing up. I shouldn't be afraid to get on the school bus.
To turn on my computer.
Or walk to my locker. Did you know that a bully will stop his or her behavior in 10 seconds when their peers speak up?
Use your voice.
Hey, leave him alone.
We have the power to stop bullying.
Find out more at bullying.org.
Bullying.org.
Where you're not alone.
We're not alone.
Where you're not alone.
Welcome back to Ringside Rumble Radio. It's the Loganator alongside the Ant-Man Rivera. We are here live, a call-in from the Dreamboats, the Astonishing Ace Andrews and the Miraculous Rex Bacchus. Guys, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Absolutely, the Dreamboats, always ready to talk. Good to be here. Good to be a Dreamboat, no doubt. What's happening, baby?
So, where are you guys located from, first off?
Well, we wrestle out of Florida.
Okay.
We wrestle out of Florida. We hail from In Your Dreams. But we currently wrestle out of Orlando, Florida, out of the Team Vision Dojo.
And who is that run by, the dojo?
The Team Vision Dojo is owned by Larry Zybsyko. A few of the head trainers are Jesus Rodriguez, Aaron Epic, Jason Rance.
And does Zybsyko ever come in? Do you ever have a talk with him? Does he teach you guys anything? Or I know you said he's the owner, but does he ever step into the ring and show you some old school moves?
Well, I mean, I know Larry probably hasn't been in the ring in a long time, but I mean, he does. He stops by, but the thing is, I mean, he's a busy guy, and that, you know, especially now that he's been put into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps a pretty busy schedule as it is. But, I mean, he definitely does stop by and lend us advice when he can. Yeah, and definitely keeps an eye on the dojo and the students there. So.
All right, guys, I got to ask you, where did you get your start in the wrestling business, and what are your biggest influences?
Well, I know we both kind of have a similar story on how we both got into it. I mean, we both love wrestling. We both took the initiative and found a wrestling school that was near us. We both went to, that school. When it comes to inspirations, I mean, I'll let Rexy over here go first. Yeah, the meeting, it goes back to the Team Vision Dojo, just two like-minded individuals, just passionate about the industry. I mean, as far as a specific wrestler that kind of drew me in, I mean, I was always a big fan of Macho Man Randy Savage.
It's a good fan to be of.
Clearly, and I mean, my answer, Ace Andrews, is I mean, I was always different growing up when it came to wrestling. I mean, like, I loved the big cards and stuff like that. I loved, like, Stone Colds and The Rocks and all that. But what really drew me into wrestling, it was weird, was more of the mid-card stuff. I loved, like, the Gold Dust, the Road Dogs. Like, those were the kind of matches that really drew me into wrestling, like the old school, Intercontinental Champion days and Hardcore Champion days. Like, a lot of the more mid-card guys in the Attitude Era, those guys really made me love wrestling.
So you were a big fan of when the Hardcore belt was defended 24/7, I'm guessing.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely love that.
How did you guys decide to become a tag team, though? That's my one question for you.
Very easy. We knew. I mean, we knew right off the bat, at training, that our chemistry was pretty spot on. I mean, like, we would do things together, and it would just look crisp, look clean, and yeah. I mean, basically, we're like yin and yang. We balance each other out really well. And I mean, being the two standouts, or two of the standouts from the school, and given the chemistry that we have with one another, I mean, it was no-brainer. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty obvious move to make.
Yeah, chemistry is a huge thing between tag teams. What kind of style do you consider your I guess, like, I don't want to say moveset, but, like, what are you guys, high flyers? Are you more of, like, bruisers?
That's the thing. With the Dreamboats, I mean, we are honestly two kind of opposite wrestlers. I mean, you have Rex Idol Bacchus over here. Rex, I am the anchor. You know, I'm the powerful, more more level-headed, brawler style powerhouse, and then you have Ace Andrews over here, who is no doubt the Sale that is more of the goofy one, more chill, like not caring one, and I definitely spring around the ropes and dart around the ring like a high flyer would. So I mean, it's just kind of like we said, yin and yang.
It's nice to have that, like, sort of different balance, two different styles to put in one tag team. When you put it together, you just make magic.
I mean, that's what we try to do every single time we step between the ropes, is just make absolute magic. Make magic and leave everything that we have in the ring, man. I mean, we do it for the fans.
Yeah, once again, you're on Ringside Rumble Radio listening to the Dreamboats. You can follow them on Twitter at Dreamboat Driver, and you guys are on Facebook, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep. And you can find Rex on Facebook at c.grims. I'm also on Instagram at @thesexidol. Ace Andrews. I believe you can hit him up on all types of social media as well. No doubt. If you want to hit up Ace Andrews on Instagram, it is Ace Andrews 20, and Facebook. What'd you give him, Rex? Like an actual Facebook, like I don't know. Look up Ace Andrews on Facebook. You'll freaking find me. That's about all I know.
It seems like as a wrestler, you have to be on all the social platforms nowadays, even with us on podcasts. What is your thoughts on the independent scene today now with the whole internet just taking over the world? You have all social media as well. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Personally, I think it's a great thing for independent wrestling.
Well, I mean, as far as independent wrestling goes, man, I mean, it's definitely changed the landscape. No doubt. I mean, for us, I mean, we feel like it gives us the opportunity to have the fans, you know, emotionally invested in what we're doing before we even get there. Mm-hmm. You know, so it kind of takes some of the work off of us. Not to mention for other promoters to be able to look at us on social media, see our work, see what we are about, and then they know before they even talk to us or other people about us. So I mean, it definitely helps. I mean, so I would say the Dreamboats are definitely pro technology and whatnot.
I got to ask you guys, you know, everyone always has a dream match. What would you consider your dream match to be with?
Ooh, dream match.
No pun intended.
So, I mean, living or dead, it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, Rex's dream match would probably be against the Mega Powers.
Okay.
That's a good choice.
This is against the tag team? Well, I mean, my dream match would be us against the Mega Powers. Okay, that was a good one.
And any others?
Well, force me see him move a lot. Oh man, I gotta try to beat that one. Ace is racking his brain. I'm racking my brain.
We stumped you a bit.
Okay. I think that my dream match would have been the Dreamboats versus the Outsiders.
That's two matches I would love to see.
That'd be great. Now that we're talking about tag team, I saw one of your matches on YouTube. It was the Real Pro Wrestling Road to Destiny, the Dreamboats versus Michael Sky and Joey Mayberry. You hit that Dreamboat driver, man. How'd you guys come up with that move? That move was sick.
I mean, I remember the Dreamboats, we sat in the ring for weeks just thinking of a way to just absolutely kill an opponent. We were just trying to figure out something to do. To be as devastating as humanly possible. Mm-hmm. Who isn't a big fan of Jacob Snake Roberts? Oh, absolutely. The DDT, one of the most devastating finishes in all of history. So how could the Dreamboats make one of the best moves in history a little better? And, with a little help from one of our trainers, Aaron Epic. Shout out to Aaron Epic, much love. To Death Group, Aaron Epic. Yeah, I mean, he helps us a lot, you know, and definitely puts a lot of time into seeing us succeed. And, yeah, man.